Hello, everyone. This is Elizabeth with Scott Leroy Marketing, and welcome to Lead Generate with Command, Facebook Ads 101. Today, we are starting in Google Chrome. We're going to open an incognito window by clicking the three dots in the top right corner and choosing the third option down, New Incognito Window. This is how we always suggest going to Command and going to agent.kw.com. If you have not had your account set up for you yet, this class will still be beneficial for you to sit in on for sure. The more you are familiar with Command and really all of Keller Williams systems, the better. I've seen a couple of different conversations about the improvement in Command getting better leads through Facebook ads. In one instance, I've heard Apple doing an update about like location services and the storing of cookies and cache and data. And some people believe that that inhibits people from seeing the sponsored ads, which is what we're going to go over today. On the other hand, I've also heard conversations about it really depends on your market. It depends on who's using Facebook, how fast the market is. Of course, that's kind of a general statement for everywhere right now. But it just kind of fluctuate, urban, suburban, rural, northern, southern, eastern, western. So, I mean, even within one region, I've seen differences between leads captured in one market versus another. So it really is up in the air. So let's get logged in using your username, which is not case sensitive. And that's generally your first initial, last name, maybe a number. And your password, which of course is case sensitive. And click sign in. I always suggest going incognito so that the browser doesn't store any of the cookies, cache, or data history, none of that fun stuff, so that you're always seeing the most up-to-date, clean version of Command as KWRI intends it to be seen.
Mommy, have you ever heard of the Addams Family? The Addams Family?
Oh. Hold on, Izzy.
Okay, sorry about that. All right, so today we're going to be going into our settings first, just to make sure that our Facebook is connected. So we're going to go to the top right corner of Command, and we'll see our profile badge with the picture, name, maybe your initials, silhouette. And once we click, we'll see the option for settings. We'll click that to be routed to our applications. I always like clicking this accept cookies at the very bottom in that banner to get rid of that. Even though that is accepting the cookies, they won't be stored since I'm in incognito. So the one we'll be working with today is Facebook Ads Manager. You'll see here that I have it connected already. If you don't, you can find it under the Marketing Automation section. may have to scroll about halfway down the page, and it'll say not connected. So you just want to click that blue connect account button on the right-hand side. Follow the prompts to connect it to your command. Once you follow those prompts, I highly suggest going and clicking connecting the Facebook post scheduling, just because since one is connected, the other one will be easily connected since you've already entered your email and password. And that way you don't have to do it later. Your personal Facebook account does need a business page in order to be connected to command, because that's what we'll be posting to. Instagram is, in a way, already connected to command, especially if you have a Facebook account connected, because Facebook owns Instagram. So once we get in there and start the campaign, you'll see that that is an option. And you most certainly can watch this session again at slmtraining.com or our YouTube channel. All right, so once yours says connected, that'll be good to go. You'll know it's connected if you click Manage. You'll see your name and your Facebook email address. Since you as a person only have the one Facebook account, you can actually have, countless amount of pages connected, but it will just be your personal account that's connected to command. And then we'll be able to choose the page we're posting to later. And even when you are connected, Facebook Ads Manager may not pop up to the top. But as long as you see that connected, you're good to go. If your wrong Facebook account is connected, you can click Manage to disconnect. So next, we're going to go over to campaigns. If you forget what each of these icons are, you can click the red square with the white KW in the top left corner to be able to expand those applet names and see them more clearly. And campaigns is going to be the megaphone about halfway down. So we're going to click that and let that load. And that'll take us to our campaigns dashboard. So here you're going to see a few things. You can connect more accounts, which pops up this menu on all the different types of accounts you can connect. It'll show you your currently connected channels, Facebook, Twitter, Google AdWords, and email. The websites to watch this recording will be slmtraining.com or our YouTube channel. You can also see your connected accounts over here to the right, as far as it concerns paid ads or social posts. This Manage button will again open up the different accounts you can connect to command. In the second section, you'll see quick posts to near immediately post something to your Facebook page. And then last but not least, the Tips and Training by Keller Williams University, will be down at the bottom. Along the top, we're going to venture over to paid ads. That's the focus of today's class. But you'll also see emails for mass emailing, direct mail for things like farms, postcards, flyers, etc. And social posts, which refers to scheduling a future post to your Facebook page. You'll also see payments. If you have not already, you will want to go ahead and add a payment method in the middle left before configuring and setting up this campaign. And then underneath, you'll see your ad spend metrics. So across all of the connections to command, see Instagram being one of them, you can see your total spend, cost per lead capture, cost per click, cost per milli, which I'll go over those definitions later. Really cool feature. You can also export that as a comma separated values spreadsheet. And then once you have your payment information entered, we're just going to click Create a New Campaign, top right, and then choose Social Ad. Again, that's the focus of today's class. First, we'll enter a campaign name. This can be, whatever you would like. Typically, we see this as an address. This will be only visible by you. Today, I'm just going to name it test. And I'm going to choose advertise a listing as this first goal. You are more than welcome to choose the goal that best suits what your campaign will be. You can advertise a listing, advertise multiple listings, minimum of 3. Attract listings, talent, buyers, brand awareness, which is like sharing that you're new to real estate, sharing that you're new to Keller Williams, event awareness, or if none of those sound right, you can click other. And then you'll choose where will your campaign run. So check off the boxes that you would like. Again, here's where you see that Instagram option. Even though we didn't connect an Instagram, it's owned by Facebook, so that is an option since my Facebook is connected. And then click Setup Campaign. All right, since I chose my goal as advertising a listing, it pops out this menu from the right-hand side to go ahead and add that. So I'm just going to search for a random listing here. Since I don't have any listings, I changed my filter to show all listings. And then search. And let's choose this one in Michigan. Alrighty, so starting at the very top, going back to the name and goal, that's already checkmarked green. If you would like, you can change the campaign name here. So I'm going to change this to the address, like I suggested. You can also change your goal. And once you're happy with that, click Save Name and Goal. That second section is where we found the listing. So if you need to change that, you can. It'll pop out that same menu. If you're happy with that, we can go on to the next step by clicking Configure next to Add Text, and that will drop down those fields. As a reminder, be sure to keep your text short, clear, and to the point to get your message across. Talk about any exciting landmarks or amenities nearby. This is also a good reminder because this is something that will prevent your ads from being approved. So because I chose my listing from KWLS 2.0, our description came over, as did our picture, of course. Welcome to Eagle Meadows Condominiums. This new construction development has an amazing Portage location and is connected to the Portage bike trails. And I'm going to go ahead and correct that. Each unit consists of 2-bed, 2-bath, 2-car garage. And it does cut that off there because our character limit is 250. I'm going to flip us over to the Facebook Preview Mobile so that we see exactly what someone's going to see on their mobile device, smartphone, tablet, etc. Facebook approves the ads. So you see here in this preview for a mobile device, welcome to Eagle Meadows Condominiums. This new construction development has an amazing Portage location and is connected to the, and it has that ellipses there, the ... So this is where it's going to cut off. So what we suggest is to shorten your main copy to better fit this 3 lines of text. So I'm going to cut all of this. Well, let's just do this. And see how that fits now in the preview. Perfect. Next, we're going to enter a headline. You can take that from the description as well, such as I did here. I just copied the Eagle Meadows Condominiums. This is going to be about 40 characters once it cuts off. So we recommend keeping it under 40. If you would like to suggest they remove the 250 character limit, feel free to pop on over to ideas.kw.com and search for that idea to make sure it's not already created and voted on. But if not, definitely post that idea. I think that's a fabulous idea. Just remember, for now, you want to keep your text short and clear, because that's what's going to get people's attention when they're scrolling through Facebook. Next, we're going to enter the description. This is only shown in some placements, and you are more than welcome to use the suggestions here. They're kind of a light gray color right now. And if you shuffle through these, they will give you a few suggestions on what your description should be. And I'm going to choose this schedule a private tour with me today. And then I'll click use suggestion. And once I click that use suggestion, it'll become the darker color, as you see here, just as if you're going to type inside. For more details about what text can be put into this section, check out the links below. The misleading content, content that implies personal attributes, adult or political content here. And then once we're completed, we're going to click Save Add Text. Next, we're going to configure the Add Media section. So we'll click the blue Configure button. Oh, one more thing I wanted to state on Add Text is you can add emojis now. So that's the little smiley face in the bottom right corner of each of the fields. So if you wanted to add emojis, you could. Let's find the little house here. Just remember, different emojis look different on different devices. And I wouldn't put too many here, but it can definitely brighten up or catch someone's eye a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm going to save Add Text again, and I'm going to go to the Add Media section. I would check with your broker about state requirements such as logo, brokerage name, phone number, etc. They would have all of those details for not only your state, but maybe your local board as well. And under Add Media, you'll see that here is where we can choose images or videos. It did pull the cover photo from the listing here, but if we wanted to add more, we could. It pulls in all of the images from KWLS 2.0. You can also flip over to the Add Images tab if you wanted to add any other images that weren't already in there. You can choose from designs here, maybe if you had a flyer, or you can upload images by toggling over to that. Some hints for images. You do want to use high resolution for sure. JPEG or PNG format. And they won't accept anything larger than 3 megabytes. And another tip to get your ad approved is use images with little or no overlaid text to ensure ad delivery. When in doubt, feel free to use this Facebook Ads text overlay checker. This will take you to Facebook, and you can quickly upload your image. It will quickly check on it and get back to you on if it will fail or approve. And there are some more best practices for images here. You can also flip over to the Add Video tab. This is where you can add a neighborhood video, choose one that you've already created from designs, choose one you've already created from your computer, or embed a linked video. Now this does say the video must be shorter than 10 minutes and smaller than 250 megabytes, and it supports the MP4 and M4V. But KWRI suggests 15 seconds or less, as do we. Again, we want this to be short, sweet, to the point. We want to actually catch someone's eye. and make sure that they are stopping even for the briefest moment on our ad. And once we've added anything extra that we would like, you can click the blue button in the bottom right corner. Since I didn't add anything, I'm just going to click the X. And then you can choose your Office DBA logo here if it's not already there and pulling from your marketing profile. If you need to find your office's logo, you can click this link. It will take you to KW Connect. And that's where you can pull all of the Keller Williams created logos and check out the Style and Identity Guide. And of course, pull the primary logos. On KW Connect. Next, we're going to choose our DBA logo position. I like it on the left just because of the way it's shaped. It's more clean cut on the left-hand side. And then if you would like or need to include my ownership statement, which is that each office is independently owned and operated, you can. And then I'm going to click apply to apply that to my preview over here. And you'll see whichever side your logo is on, the ownership statement will be on the other side. So if you like the way that looks better, you can toggle between and kind of see which way looks better to you. And once you're done editing this section, you would just click Save Add Media. Don't forget, if you are unable to find your listing, be sure that it is active on KWLS. And if you don't see it under Show My Listings, flip over to Show All Listings and search for it there. Once your Facebook account is connected to Command, you will then have the option, in this next section, we'll go over it, to connect your page. But one's personal account's always going to be connected first. It definitely can be another agent's listing, just as this is not my listing, it's out of Michigan. But you definitely want the listing agent's permission first. When in doubt, ask your broker. And yeah, if you would like your team logo, you can always add it as an additional image in the Add Media section. You can make your listing active on KWLS automatically, really, because it pulls from MLS to KWLS. If it's not accurate, feel free to visit KWLS and edit to make that back active, like if the status changed. All right, so next section under channel options. First, we're going to visit Facebook ad. Number 1, okay. Pages. Select which pages will display your ad on each platform. Pages are shown alongside the connected account that manages the page. What this means is if I would have checked Twitter and Instagram, it would show the list of them here, But since I've only checked Facebook, only one account is going to be shown here. And that is my personal name Facebook account. And then for the page, you can click this drop down and select your page here. If you have more than one page, like let's say I also sell Scentsy, I also have a gardening business and a home cleaning business, and I would have 4 different pages. Here is where I can see all 4 of those pages and choose the one that I would like. In our case, it's going to be the real estate page. So you would click to select that, and then your number 1 would turn green. For step number 2, destination, we're going to set a destination for people viewing our ad. We recommend using the Facebook lead gen form, and that's not only KWRI saying that, that is also Scholar in Marketing. We do suggest using the Facebook lead gen form, which will be defaulted to be checked. If you are having troubles checking this, a couple of solutions we found is to disconnect and reconnect your Facebook page and account within the applications in your settings. A recent update that Facebook did was to include approving the terms and conditions for ads. So make sure you have any sort of pop-up blocker turned off so that you can see that new pop-up to be able to approve or accept the terms. Since I've taught this class before, since that update came out, I didn't see it here. It was a one and done type of thing, but you may see that when choosing use Facebook lead gen form the first time you do it. If you need to save and come back to it, feel free to click this Save As Draft in the top right corner. The other option is to use a site or landing page. So if you have an outside KW Systems site, like let's say Google, for instance, or if you created a landing page within Command under Consumer, you can definitely choose those and you'll be prompted to choose it or put the destination URL here. So it looks pretty similar to using Facebook lead gen form. You would just have that toggled instead. Next is to choose the button label for the call to action button. This ad won't show up on your landing page. It'll show up on other people's timelines on Facebook, or news feeds, I should say. If you can't get it to click to the Facebook lead gen form, you may have to select, or I'm sorry, accept the terms and conditions that Facebook recently pushed out. And then another solution is to disconnect and reconnect your Facebook page and account within the settings, the application settings. All right, so the call to action button can be one of 3 things: learn more, sign up, or apply now. I really like the learn more, so I'm just going to keep that. I think that's the most intriguing of the 3. And then the follow-up destination URL is for after viewers submit the Facebook lead gen form, they will be directed to either this website here or the landing page. So what we like to suggest is pulling up your website, your Keller Williams website, the one that ends in .kw.com, and then searching for your listing here. And I copied and pasted because this is not my listing and I don't have it memorized. But chances are, if it is your listing, you do know the address, you can just immediately type that in there. I would suggest city, state, zip. In fact, let me do the zip code as well. And search. And of course, zero listings. Okay, there it is. All right, so what's my listing? 6521L. So I'm going to look for it here. Not seeing it right off the bat. Again, since this is not my listing, it's a little odd. It's also not my area, but Keller Williams does have the national MLS or IDX feed so that I can see listings outside my area. I'm going to delete this avenue because maybe it's listed as Ave. 6521. This is what I get for just randomly typing in numbers when I'm searching for a listing. Well, I'm not saying it right off the bat, but the idea is to click on that listing in that map search so that I will be taken to my website, but the exact property on that page. So we would see the address, more pictures, more detail, more maps, all of the above, still be branded to me. So we're going to steal this URL. I just clicked once and it highlighted, and then right click copy. And then we're going to pop back over to the Create Campaigns tab. And then we're going to right click paste. And I'm going to delete that first HTTPS, whoops. So that that listing is pasted in that field and I get a little green check mark. So again, all I did was open a new tab, go to our Keller Williams website, which I did my first initial last name. Yours may be your first name, last name, or first name Holmes, but it's going to end in .kw.com. And then we searched for the listing. Maybe if I go a little bit slower. Oops, I didn't mean to paste that. I wanted to paste the zip code. That's okay. And then click search. Well, now it's really not giving me anything. 49024. And once we've found our listing, we would click it over here on the right-hand side to go to its own website. And we would click once in the URL field, which also highlights the whole URL. Right-click copy, and then go back to command and right-click paste. They are able to visit this link once they fill out the Facebook lead generation form or the site or landing page that you've chosen. So it doesn't go straight to that website, it goes there after they filled out the form. If you are having any troubles locating your listing on the KWLS 2.0, feel free to send us an email and we'll be able to help you out. And this ad will show up on others' Facebook news feeds. And then if they click on it, if they click on this call to action button, they'll be prompted to fill out a quick form before visiting the website that you've included here. You are not able to select the questions on the Facebook lead generation form. It's what Facebook provides. But you are more than welcome to create your own form and select the questions there. Step number 3 of this section is ad targeting. So by default, your audience is set automatically, and it's going to take the location of the listing and give it a radius of 20 miles. So we like to suggest being a little more specific than that. So choose Use Custom Settings and toggle that on or green. There's a little bit about database targeting here on the right, but we highly suggest checking the Target a Custom Audience because this is how you're going to get new leads on this particular listing in your database, which again is the whole point of the class. If you were to target your existing database, then you wouldn't be getting any new leads. If you already have a Facebook ad set up, there is not any functionality to import it into Command to then push it to Facebook to be paid for. You would have to create it using this wizard. And if you are a team leader or a rainmaker of your team, you can route the leads to team members from the Contacts applet. You may also want to check what settings you have under Settings, and then your team management and lead routing settings. And if you need any help selecting a listing, our email address is support@scottleroymarketing.com. So when choosing to target a custom audience, of course, you want to choose your location, the country, city, state. Again, that's going to default to what we've chosen from our listing. And then we can choose our radius. The minimum it's going to allow is 15. And I think that's a really good minimum. We don't suggest anything lower than that anyways. But of course, you can toggle to do a wider radius if you please. And then expert targeting section. This is optional, but this is to increase or refine your audience by targeting interests. So when one first set up their Facebook, they chose a bunch of interests to add to their page. And this is what it would be pulling to. We suggest to choose about 10. You know, you can choose more, you can choose less for sure. And some of the ones we suggest are home, homes for homes.com. And you'll see they're starting to be added in the background here. We also suggest Realtor.com, Zillow, because remember, this is what consumers have on their Facebook accounts as their interests. Real estate is a good one. You see there's a lot of options here. We can do real estate development, investing. If your property is luxury or commercial or land, vacant, lot, farm, ranch, all of those keywords. And you'll see they're counting down here in the bottom. And then you will also see this or and drop down. We do suggest leaving it at or, because what it's going to search for is people that have an additional interest of home or homes.com or realtor.com, etc. If you were to have choose and, then it would be everyone that has the additional interest of home and homes.com and realtor.com. So that list is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller because it's only going to be pulling those that have added these interests as one whole. So definitely want to leave that at or. And you can definitely advertise in other states. You would just choose them up here in the location section. And then you can see the estimated audience. So the estimated audience for just the home interest is about 868 million. The estimated audience for just homes.com is about 8 million, so on and so forth. So it's not that it will reach all of these people. That's just the estimate. And of course, I would bet some money, not much, but I'm not a betting type of person, but I would guess that a lot of people that, let's say, choose realtor.com also choose homes.com. So there may be some overlapping numbers here. Once you're satisfied with those interests, you can click Save Facebook Ad. That's going to collapse that section. And I got down to homes.com by just typing in homes, just searching for homes. So our next and final section is the duration and budget. The estimated audience is global. It's not just within that 30-mile radius. It's globally how many people have that listed as an interest. So you'll see the little light bulb. Keller Williams Realty International does recommend a 10-day campaign and a budget of $1 per channel per day. That is generally what we would suggest as well. And you'll see your totals down here at the bottom. So it's really nice to be able to play with this and see the total immediately. The minimum is $1 per day though. So let's start this. You do have to start it at least tomorrow. And then let's go for a week. Duration 7 days, calculates it immediately. Fabulous. $1 per day. So at minimum, we would have to spend $7. So you'll see once it goes below that 7, it's going to uncheck this section as being complete. But once we hit that $1 per day minimum, it will complete our check mark. A channel is going to be which or how many platforms we're wanting to post this on. So I've only chosen the one platform of Facebook, but if you also checked off Instagram, Twitter, AdWords, you would see more than one platinum here or platform here, and you would be able to distribute your budget to each of the channels. So daily per channel is $1, breaks it down nice here. But say you wanted to do $2 a day, you know, even an odd amount. So let's say I just want to do 20 bucks. That's going to distribute $2.86 per day per channel. So really cool way to play with this. Again, Keller Williams suggests 10 days, budget of $1 per channel per day. And we suggest at least a week, so that $10 or 10 days would suffice. And then the minimum is $1 a day. And then click Save Duration and Budget once you're done. And you'll see we have all green check marks down along the left here. And up top is where you can click Publish or Save as Draft. If you want to save as draft, you'll have this pop-up prompting you to click yes or no. Are you sure you want to save the campaign as a draft? Yes, I'm sure. And then we're going to see it here, 6521 L Ave. Or maybe it was Ellie. That's why I wasn't finding it. Oh well. So a bit more of an overview on this dashboard. You have the title of our campaign here. All of the platforms that it'll be posting to will be listed here. The preview, the little thumbnail of a picture, the status. This is where you'll see if it's failed or not as well. The duration, and then cost per milli, cost per click, cost per lead capture, total spend. When in doubt, click this little eye icon in a circle on the far right towards the middle of the page, and you'll get a pop-up that will, it's like a quick little dictionary to define each of the terms on this page, which includes the cost per milli, cost per click, and leads captured. Cost per milli is the average cost for 1,000 impressions. It's the total amount spent on an ad divided by the number of impressions multiplied by 1,000. For example, if you spent $50 and got 10,000 impressions, your cost per milli was $5. Cost per click or cost per link click is how much on average each link click costs you. It's a metric used in online advertising for benchmarking ad efficiency and performance. It's calculated by the total amount spent divided by number of links clicked. And then the CPLC, or cost per lead captured, is the total amount spent divided by the number of leads captured. Sounds pretty self-explanatory. So you'll see all of those metrics here once your ad is running. And of course, total spent is how much you spend total, and it'll break it down for each platform. Your goal, and then far right is how you can edit if you're still in draft status, duplicate, archive, aka trash or delete. And this is also where once an ad is being run, you can pause it. Pausing is essentially canceling the ad. or duplicate and rerun. So if you just want to do the exact same campaign, you can. Let's say, you know, after 7 days, it's expired, but your listing's still active. You can exact duplicate the campaign and run it again. So if you had the draft, you want to come back in a few hours, let's say after you added a few more pictures, you would just click Edit Campaign, run through your steps. I always suggest looking over everything once again, making sure it's still up to date, and then clicking Publish Campaign. And then last but not least, you'll see the running tally for your paid campaigns in the last 30 days. You can change that to last 7 days, month to date, year to date, lifetime. So you can see how many impressions you've received, how many leads captured, how many dollars spent. And this little green square with an arrow, it pops it out, is how you can immediately see what leads have been captured. So if you click that, it's going to take you straight over to contacts within Command and show you all of the leads you've captured. From there, that's where you can export a CSV or comma separated values file for all of the leads you've received. But that is it for today's class. Again, if I didn't answer your questions here today, or you think of some after class, shoot us an email. Here's our contact information. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. I hope everyone enjoyed Family Reunion, and we will see you next time.